How do we create these bottles? We can clearly see that extrude option cannot be used. If we observe carefully, all these bottles are round and have an axis. When we spin about the axis, the front view and the side views always remain the same. We have an option called Revolve in Fusion 360, which will help us in designing these kind of bottles. So in the next video, let us design a bottle using this tool.
Let's start designing a bottle. Going for line command, I can even click L in the keyboard. Selecting the plane. It's always a good idea to dimension as soon as we start drawing. I'm again clicking L for line tool and D for dimensions. You can now see, try to move any of them. They are not moving because it is fully constrained. The figure has become completely black. Now I'm going to take a 3-point arc. For drawing a 3-point arc, I first need to select a point, which will be the first point of the arc, and then the last point of the arc, and then I have to select the middle point of the arc, which will decide my curvature. Okay, now I can say OK. Now I need to dimension it. I can dimension the center of this arc with respect to the origin. I'm giving it as 50, and then I can also dimension this as 60. Now you can see again my arc is fully constrained except for this curvature. So for this also I need to give the dimension. If you see, this and this I need at the same point. So instead of giving a dimension, I'm going to give the constraint. So which constraint can I give is horizontal and vertical constraint. So what this constraint does is these two line points will be aligned to each other. After selecting this tool, I'm selecting this point and this point. So here you can see I've got this vertical constraint. So now I won't be able to move this here and there. Now again I'm going to take a line. Again I have to dimension this. You can see while I was drawing, it has automatically taken the vertical constraint. 50 is perfect for me. Now I'm going to take another arc. This time it will be the center point arc. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click the center first, and then I'm going to draw the arc. Here you can see I'm clicking it on this line, but I want this point to coincide with this point. So I'm just dragging it and it is showing me how it's going to snap. Similarly, we can give, as in the previous case we have given, this point and also the center. So here you can see I have a different curvature. And again I'm going to draw the line tool. Now my figure is not fully constrained, if you see, because I have not given the radius of it. So I'll give it around 18. 18 looks big. I'll give it as say 12. I think this is good. And now for this line, it is again I'll make it 50. Okay. Now I'm going to draw another arc, which is the tangent arc. So I'm going to select this point, and you can see the arc that I am drawing is tangential to the line to which the point is attached. I hope you're getting it. Let me do it once again. I'm deleting this. In Sketch, in the arc, I have selected tangent arc. So when I select a point, my arc will be tangential to the line to which this point is attached. Okay. So I hope we have covered all kinds of arcs. So again I'm going to dimension it. I'm going to give it as 70. And I have to specify the height of this. So which will almost be the height of the bottle, not covering the neck. So I'm making it 220. Okay. So now you can see from here I want my bottle to have the neck. So what I'm going to do is I can just draw a rectangle. Okay. So but this rectangle actually seems to be quite a lot of width for the neck. So what I'm going to do is I'll first create a line. Which is tangential to this. Okay. Now I'm going to apply the tangency. Go to tangency and I'm applying it over here. And then from here I'll draw this rectangle. So now you can see I can again give the dimension for this line. From here to here it's around 30. And this neck is again 30. So I can also give this horizontal distance, that is the neck. Neck I want it 30 again. Okay. I'm going to delete this line and also this line. I'm going to join, selecting the line tool again, joining this to the origin. Now I'm going to apply vertical constraint so that this line is vertical. Always before exiting Sketch, make sure that your figure is closed. How will you know that? So when you are clicking in between the profile, you can see that it's turning blue. If at all I do not have this line, suppose if I'm deleting this line, I'm trying to select here, it's not turning blue because it's not closed. If a figure is not closed, it is difficult to do any operation or any tool you cannot apply which is present in Create. So the figure has to be closed one. So here my figure is closed and I think it is fully constrained. I'm not able to move anything. It is very important that your figure is fully constrained and no blue lines are visible. I request you to follow these dimensions so that you can apply them for different objects like arc, line and all. You get a practice of how to apply the dimensions. Though it is not mandatory for you to create the bottle only using these dimensions, it will give you a practice on how to do it when you have a drawing available. So I'm going for Stop Sketch. Now I can go for my home icon and I can see how this profile looks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rotate this profile over an axis. So I need an axis. So you can see I have switched on the origin for this. I'm going to create revolve. In the revolve, the first thing it is asking me is to select the profile, because there's only one profile available. It is already selected, and I can select the axis. I can select this axis from here. You can see my axis of y-axis, okay, or instead of that I'm again deselecting it. I can select the line also, that is the line about which it has to rotate, which is actually a part of my profile. Okay, so here you can see I have my bottle ready. So now how much do I want to rotate? Naturally for a bottle it is 360, but you can change this over here. You can see how my rotation is going to change. Using this wheel also I will be able to alter the degree to which it has to be rotated. For this, of course, it has to be 360, so I am leaving it here. Now it is actually making a new body, which is what I want. So if it is a cut, it should have had some material before, so that I can use the cut tool. So now it is new body, and I'm saying OK. Now you can see my bottle is ready. So if I want, I can make changes to it or add fillet, etc. to it. Okay, so here I would like to add little bit of fillet and all. So I can select these tools and I can add, say, 3 mm fillet to them. Okay, quite little. I hope you can see. Okay, now I'm going to use the shell command, which we have seen in the first video. So I'm going to modify and shell, so that I allow only a thickness of this complete contour to remain. I want this part to be completely deleted, and the inside thickness I want is around 2 mm. Okay, this looks good. I can also choose from here whether it's outside or inside. What outside means is the complete inside contour will be deleted, and on the outside the same contour will be created with the thickness specified over here. So, but I need the outside to remain with the dimensions that I have created, and I'm only going to remove the inside portion of it and make only 2 mm remain. So I think this is fine with me. This is the kind of the bottle I was looking for. I hope this part is clear to you. I can go to appearances. I'm clicking A for appearances, and I can add a color to it. Some glossy color of green, say I'm adding it to here. Okay, next, if you see any bottle, you'll have a thread over here so that the cap can be rotated about it. So in the next video we are going to create this thread.